My name is Mr. Ray, and I am the fastest man alive. My name is Mr. Ray, and I am the fastest human alive. To the outside world, I'm an ordinary incel, but secretly, with the help of Microsoft Paint and a 10-year-old block game, I make random videos on YouTube. It's been 4 months since I joined the game, and I'm faced with one of the greatest challenges that I will ever face in my life. I am trying to decide which color I should choose. Honestly, Berserker or Mage doesn't really matter to me. I just want to pick the color that looks cooler. If you're gonna kill someone, you gotta do it in style. There are no fixed criteria for the different stages of SkyBlock progression, and the criteria set by players themselves really varies from one player to another. But one thing is clear, you definitely need at least one of the upgraded variants of the Wither armor if you want to be considered a late game player. And that brings us back to my dilemma. I spent 3 hours pacing up and down in my room and I still can't come to a conclusion. Red, blue, red, blue. Why is it so hard to decide? Never mind, I'll decide this later. There's another urgent issue at hand. Before I can cosplay as Barry Allen, I need to complete floor 7 in the dungeons. Now I don't have any friends to do floor 7 with, so I decided to solo it. Terrible mistake. This was my virgin experience, so it was no surprise that I barely lasted a few seconds before I succumbed to my battle wounds. And that's when I remembered a saying that a wise man once told me. When you got a problem, just throw money at them. Whoever said money can't buy you happiness must have been a Jake Paul fan or something, because I'm certainly a happier man after purchasing my floor 7 carry. Now that I have successfully conquered floor 7, I can finally put in 100% focus on this color issue with the 3 brain cells that I'm left with. Red looks cool, but did you know that blue is Pokemon's favorite color? Maybe if I wear the color blue, she will say my name. Okay, I might have made that up. She wore a blue top in this video, so I just assumed her favorite color was blue. But red. The color red holds a special place in my heart. What comes to your mind when you look at the color red? I'm sure we are all on the same page. That's right, my comrades. Communism. So red it is. I'm kinda curious which stage I'm at in terms of progression, so I did some digging around and I found this post made by this YouTuber. He has like 300,000 subs, so I'm not gonna question the legitimacy of this post. I bet I'm somewhere between mid and late game. Giant sword. I don't have it yet, but I can probably afford it if I sold my cake bag, my unused pets, etc. Full Necron. Check. 90% talismans and 45 skill average. Fuck me. With only 50% talismans collected and a skill average of 28, that places me in the early game bracket. Yeah, right. I would likely easily afford the talismans if I sell my creative but skill average isn't something you can cheat your way through with money. It is something you actually need to grind for hours. And then someone tried to hack Hypixel. Honestly, this whole situation is kind of funny to me. The person who did this is either a little kid with a higher IQ than Disguised Toast, or a grown-ass adult who decided to hack a game whose main target audiences are 12-year-old kids. Thanks to this guy, we got 2 times skill XP, which makes it the perfect opportunity for an early game player like me to climb up to mid-game. Oh right, that reminds me. Since I belong to the bottom of the hierarchy, I hung up my Flash costume in shame. I don't deserve it. Kinda like what happened to Thor in his first movie. He had to do all kinds of things just to prove that he's worthy to lift his hammer. The
Jonathan?
And so I went on my quest to reclaim my honor, and maybe, just maybe, I will be worthy enough to wear that armor one day. Enchanting and alchemy are the 2 skills that I will rely on to carry me to mid-game. You can literally just max out your alchemy skill in one day. I know some of you just buy water bottles from the witch when you brew your potions, but not for me. Personally, I care a lot about the quality, which is why I only fill my bottles with the finest ingredients. Jerry buff water, and of course, the highest quality white powder, enchanted sugarcane. With the help of my math degree that I received from the president himself, After graduating from Harvard at the age of 10, I did some easy math and found out that I need exactly 357 enchanted sugarcane. Good thing I'm a math genius because I'm saving a lot of time by buying all the materials at once instead of making multiple trips to the bazaar. Ah shit, I think I need a few more. Well, we all make mistakes sometimes, and after all, I'm just a human. So I guess it's fine if I make some mistakes here and there. And I went on to make another miscalculation until finally, Alchemy 50. Damn, 200,000 coins. I can finally afford the AOT that's a must-have for all mid-game players. The enchanting skill is pretty easy to level up to. I know there are a lot of mods out there that can use to make the experiment table a lot easier, but if you are a person with integrity and a strong moral compass, then you should know that, well, good thing I'm not one of those people. I spent hours and hours grinding my skill levels, from stealing crops from a poor farmer to cutting down the trees that Mr. Beast planted himself, until finally, skill average 32. I know, it's not 35, but let me show you something. If you flip the number 2 around, what do you get? Exactly, a 5. So 32 is the same as 35. Don't even try to challenge me, alright? You're talking to someone with a PhD in math. And of course, after selling my unused pets for millions of coins, I could easily afford a few more talismans, bringing my talisman's completion up to 75%. Now all I need is a set of strong dragon armor, and I can proudly call myself a mid-game player. Unfortunately, I'm kinda broke right now, so I got a cheaper version of the strong drag, the superior dragon armor. It's not as good as the strong dragon, and I really tried my best. So I'd like to just sincerely apologize to all of you guys for disappointing you guys, and I just hope you guys can forgive me for my terrible mistake. Okay, all jokes aside, I know you guys can't see it, but I'm literally shedding tears of joy right now. I can officially call myself a mid-game player. But this is not the end. One day, I will reach a skill average of 45, and by then, I will be worthy enough to wear my red spandex. ThirtyVirus, I won't disappoint you.
We got a #1 victory royale. Yeah, Fortnite, we bout to get down. 10 kills on the board right now. Just wiped out Tomato Town.